Alright, here it is. And as you can see, it is packed to the brim. Like I said, you can never have too much. So I'll just pull out each item. Actually, I'll just pull it all in one foul swoop here, and I'll show you. Masks. Just happen to have a pink and blue set. Doesn't matter, could get white, whatever. These could be important just for dust, if nothing else. But for medical reasons, if you got somebody you're not sure if they're real sick or something, you need to have masks. And you need to keep these clean. That's why mine are in a sealed plastic thing. You cannot not have these, and these are cheap. So there's no excuse not to have a couple of those. And of course, Ace bandage with butterfly clips so you can keep it on. Worst case scenario, you can always use string or duct tape to keep a band-aid on. But get a big one in case you got a leg or an arm, or you need to make a sling out of it to keep a broken arm up. You need to have at least one of these, and they need to be long ones. So don't chimp and get like a shorty, because believe me, when you need it, you're going to wish it was longer. And of course, you need medical tape. I keep that in a separate bag for putting on bandages and stuff like that. Got to have some medical tape. I've got another smaller bandage, like for the sling, but this is a smaller one. So it's 2 sizes, always good. Like I said, having an extra of anything is not a bad thing. I've got a spare belt clip knife. I keep a couple knives in the bag, but this one's in the medical bag because you may have to cut something. So you want to have a knife ready to go. This has got a serrated edge, so it's easy to cut stuff with, and this is a liner lock, so it's nice and stable and easy to do, but it's also got the thumb stub. So if you've hurt your other hand, you have to be able to open the knife to use it. That's why I suggest get a knife with a thumb stud on it so you can open it with one hand. A couple of tongue expressors. So many uses. If nothing else, you can light these and burn these and use them for a fire. But you can use it, of course, for checking someone's throat. These are good for making splints for broken fingers. Or if you've got a hurt hand or something like that. I've got a triage bandage, which comes with some clips. That's my 3rd bandage. I think you're getting the idea now. You can never have too much of medical supplies. Rubber gloves. As you can see, this is actually a package that I got. It came in a medical kit. You got to have rubber gloves. You don't want to be touching somebody else who's bleeding. You don't want to be touching yourself if you're bleeding, because you're going to get germs. You might want to pick something up that you're not sure if it's clean. So many uses. This is like the mask. There's no reason not to have a couple of these on. Different God's bandages. I've got a whole slew. And first aid guide. These come in almost any first aid kit you get. Do not throw this out. This is not like directions to the TV or the VCR. This has information in there, and you're going to want this later. Do not throw the first aid guides out. Keep them. They're important. This is, you add this to water. This is actually from my fiance in Thailand. What this is it's good for nausea and, let's see, she wrote on the back what it was good for. Runny stomach, upset stomach and stuff like that. You need to have this kind of stuff. If you have stomach issues, you should have Pepto-Bismol, antacids, whatever. But you always want to have this kind of stuff, because this is the stuff nobody thinks about adding to a medical kit. You think of Band-Aids and stuff like that, but if you've got an upset stomach, or you're queasy, or you've been throwing up a lot and you're dehydrated, you need to have something that's got minerals and stuff to add to the water to get yourself back to feeling better. So make sure you have some of that in there as well. I have a small tin of Tiger Balm. What this is good for is bug bites and stuff like that, and it's also, if you rub this on your temples, it helps with headaches. I've got lots bigger jars of this that I can throw in this bag, but this is a small tin. Once again, this is from Thailand, but you can get similar stuff. You know, bug bites are something that you're going to want. If you're itching, it's aggravating. If you've got, you know, a cut or something, you want to take care of the small issues before they come big. I have some betadine, which is, you put it in cuts. It stings, but it kills the germs, and that's very important. And I just happen to have a couple extra Band-Aids in this bag with it. Spare Band-Aids. You know how Band-Aids are. They stick for a while, but once they come off, you got to put a new one on. So I took this bag, was going to keep this in case of any leaks, but these things don't leak. I actually have a couple of bottles of this stuff, and I use it all the time. When I get a cut or a bug bite or something, you put that in there, and it kills the germs and stuff. It's important. But I just threw some extra Band-Aids in here because it was there. A slew of Band-Aids. There's a lot of Band-Aids in here. Don't let this little bag fool you. I've sucked all the air out of it. Antiseptic towels, you know, for cleaning your hands like you'd get at a restaurant or something. Those are really good to have for cleanup. I mean, there ain't going to be water and soap every time you need to clean up. Quick cleans. I've also got alcohol tablets in here for cleaning wounds and keeping stuff clean. I've also got a couple of creams, ointments, creams to put on things. So all that little stuff you can keep in one bag together is good. Plus, once again, I've got a whole slew of extra Band-Aids in here. That's, yeah, like I said, you can never have too many of those things. And that's about it for the medical bag. In my other bag, my bug out bag, the big bag, there's extra bandages and stuff like that, but we'll get into that next. But yes, when it comes to that, and I also, it's in my bag, it should be the medical one, but in the room, I've got those keychain containers with the rubber O-rings that you keep pills in, and I keep ibuprofen and migraine pills in there because I get migraines and I do not want a migraine and not have pills for it. So get a couple of those. You can clip them to anything because they're, you know, keychains. You can put it on your bag, you keep it on your keys, you can keep it on your belt, whatever you need to do. Those are great. I can fit in any, depending on the size of the pills, 6 to 12 pills in one of those containers, and believe me, you're going to want those. And they're watertight because there's an O-ring on them, O-ring seal form, so that keeps them fresh. But you want to rotate those. You want to rotate creams and stuff. Make sure you're keeping the freshest thing in your bag. Don't let things sit because you think it's, oh, it's just, you know, an alcoholic swab or something. Well, that will eventually dry out. So you want to check that and rotate that accordingly. All right, let's move on to the big bag.